The current state of Destiny, well, to put a fine point on it, it's not in a great place. The transmog controversy, it's fair to say controversy, right? Has the Destiny community fired up. This is not new. It is actually rather cyclical. As a species, we've begun to seek out that which is most comforting to us, hence the old phrase, all the creature comforts. Most of us don't like interruptions or change. It makes us uncomfortable. Gamers are no different. We want to come home, plug in our favorite game, get in our comfort zones, and blast away. However, after a while, and this is different for everyone, the same old becomes stale, mundane, and repetitive. This is the point where we seek change, an interruption to our norm, a change to our meta. Every so often, Bungie cannonballs into our comfort pool and makes waves. Sometimes those waves capsize the community, and Bungie steps in and tries to steady the ship with promises wrapped in their favorite one-size-fits-all catchphrase, "We're listening." How that message is received depends purely on which aspect of the game is most affected, and also how important the affected aspect is to the player. Someone who primarily enjoys PvP may not feel as sad, angry, or miffed about the changes that have a greater impact on PvE portions of the game as the player who happens to enjoy PvE as their favorite gameplay choice. This comes into play most notably by the posted reactions to these changes. All you have to do is look at the forum posts on Reddit, Twitter, and even on the Bungie forums. The responses are visceral, raw, and downright nasty at times, sprinkled in with those that seek to bridge the changes with thought-out compromises or alternatives to what, depending on your preference, may feel like a game-breaking or unneeded change. However, what remains constant in this is how said change affects your mindset, how it colors your perception and response, how you view other responses to the change, and your empathy or lack thereof to these changes. Let's take the removal of Quick Draw from Felwinch's Lie and Astral Horizon. If you're a PvE main, so to speak, you may not feel bad. You might not care at all. You might say it has no effect on your game whatsoever because you're more interested in a DPS beast with a 1-2 punch. That's the effect it has on your mindset. If you're a PvP main, well, now that takes a completely different level of importance. Your world is rocked. How can they do this? Why would they do this? They nerfed my gameplay style. I have to find a replacement, etc., etc., etc. Now, your social media interactions and responses may be a whole lot more colorful and spicy because of this when compared to the PvE main and their responses. Keep in mind that there are players, crossovers I call them, that like both PvE and PvE, and they will chime in on changes that affect both playlists. There are, as a matter of course, changes introduced by Bungie that will affect all types of players. These quality of life changes, such as sunsetting, putting things in the Bungie content vault, nerfs to weapons and armor, exotics included, recycling old content, annual events like Guardian Games and Crimson Doubles, and of course, Transmog, that will bind the PvP and PvE communities together to express their dislike, or their like, or even apathy toward the proposed change. Now, I've said all that to say this. Currently, the hot button issue right now is Transmog, or armor synthesis. It affects both PvE and PvP players equally. When this topic fades, and it will, we'll be right back on the cyclical hamster wheel of complaint and modest praise for Destiny and Bungie in particular. Knowing how you're affected by which aspect of the game you play, how will you respond? Season 14, Season of the Splicer, drops tomorrow, and it'll be very interesting to see how players react when they get a hands-on feel for how this whole thing is going to work. I know it's going to take me probably a good amount of time to do it, and I want to know how much time you're willing to invest, if any, in actually completing any of the transmog bounties. As always, it's your time, and I thank you for sharing it with me. Have a great day.